Ladies and gentlemen, is it time for two presidents? Please join me in giving a very warm welcome to the author of this novel, J.E. Fisher.
Hello everyone, the author is in the Caribbean writing the sequel to Is It Time for Two Presidents? I am the author's avatar, and we thank you for coming to Excerpt Place Library for this amazing, unbelievable book signing event.
What are you most eager to do today?
I look forward to the author signing your book today, and I hope Is It Time for Two Presidents finds a special place on your bookshelf, waiting for the sequel. I wrote, Is it time for two presidents to introduce the characters so you would know them personally? The sequel is the beginning of the main story.
I read the prologue and found that I am in the story. So let's talk about the prologue, as if it's the entire story. Let's begin. Okay, so imagine this. A country so divided, so distrustful of its own systems, that they've reduced democracy to a single person casting one vote per state. It sounds like something out of a dystopian novel, but that's exactly what we're diving into today.
That's such a chilling thought. A single voter representing an entire state. It's like democracy stripped down to its barest form. But what's even more fascinating is how they got there. The distrust in media, technology, and even the election process itself, it's all so extreme.
Right. And it's not just about the voting system. The whole society has been reshaped by this distrust. The president's estate, the white podium, has become the only place where people believe they can find the truth. It's like they've centralized reality itself.
And that's such a dangerous idea, isn't it? If all truth comes from one place, then whoever controls that place controls everything. It's a level of power that's almost unimaginable. But in a world where misinformation has run rampant, I guess it's their way of trying to regain control.
Exactly. But it's such a double-edged sword. On one hand, they're trying to eliminate propaganda and fake news. On the other hand, they've created a system where truth is dictated by a single authority. It's like they've traded one form of manipulation for another.
And then there's the technology angle. These agents, the digital assistants that only approved citizens can use, it's like they've created this elite class of people who have access to information, while everyone else is left in the dark. It's such a stark divide.
It really is. And the fact that paper correspondence has made a comeback, it's such a fascinating detail. It's like they've gone back to the past because the future with all its technology has become too unreliable. It's such a strange mix of old and new.
And then you have the political landscape, which is just as chaotic as the society itself. The two major candidates, Steele and Constable Shadow, are such polar opposites. He's the conservative elitist, and she's the liberal underdog who can't even control her own party.
But the twist is that despite their public personas, they're secretly in love. It's like something out of a Shakespeare play, two people on opposite sides of a bitter divide, hiding their relationship from the world. It's almost too dramatic to be real.
It really is. And it makes you wonder how they manage to keep those two worlds separate. How do they go from attacking each other in public to being in love in private? That kind of emotional compartmentalization must be exhausting.
Absolutely. And it raises so many questions about authenticity. Are they genuinely in love, or is their relationship just another layer of strategy in this hyper-politicized world? And if it is real, how do they reconcile their public personas with their private feelings?
That's such an interesting point. And it makes me think about their proposal to have two presidents. It's such a radical idea, but in a society as divided as this one, it almost feels like the only logical solution. It's like they're acknowledging that no single leader can represent everyone anymore.
It's a bold idea, but it also feels like a desperate one. It's like they're trying to put a band-aid on a gaping wound. Instead of addressing the root causes of the division, they're just trying to manage it, and that's not a sustainable solution in the long run.
Exactly. But at the same time, you can see why they would propose it. This is a country that's been torn apart by political violence, voter deaths, and riots. Maybe having two presidents is the only way to even begin to bridge the divide.
Maybe, but it also feels like it could backfire spectacularly. If the public is already deeply suspicious of its leaders and its institutions, how are they going to react to such a radical change? It could end up making things even worse.
That's a real possibility. But What really fascinates me is the personal side of this story. The idea that Xander and Constable are risking everything, their careers, their reputations, even their lives, for this secret relationship. It's romantic, but it's also incredibly risky.
It is, and it makes you wonder what's driving them. Is it love, or is it something else? Maybe they see each other as the only people who truly understand what they're going through. Or maybe they're just clinging to each other as a way to cope with the madness around them.
That's a really interesting thought, and it makes me think about the ending of this story. We know it's supposed to have a happy ending, but how do they get there? How do they go from this chaotic, divided world to something resembling peace and unity?
That's the big question, isn't it? And I think the answer lies in Solace Square Park. The name itself suggests a place of refuge, a place where people can find solace. Maybe that's where they finally confront their feelings and figure out a way forward.
I like that idea. Solace Square Park as a symbol of hope, a place where they can start to heal, not just their relationship, but the country as a whole.
It really is. And it makes me think about the role of individuals in shaping history. Xander and Constable are just two people, but their actions could have a ripple effect that changes everything.
Absolutely. And that's what makes this story so compelling. It's not just about politics or romance. It's about the choices we make and the impact they have on the world around us.
Well said, and I think that's a perfect note to end on. This story reminds us that even in the darkest times, there's always a chance for redemption, for hope, for change.
Exactly. And who knows? Maybe Xander and Constable's story will inspire others to find common ground, to build bridges instead of walls.
Let's hope so. Because if there's one thing this story teaches us, it's that love and unity can be powerful forces, even in the face of chaos.
Amen to that.